So do Republican opponents of Donald Trump actually have any real shot at defeating him in this primary season? I mean, the former president's averaged north of 50% in the polls taken after his first indictment in March. And no candidate, I repeat, no candidate who's in Trump's position at the polls at this point has ever lost a nomination during the modern primary era. But, and I note this, but there's only been one candidate, Al Gore in 2000, who wasn't a sitting president and didn't lose at least one primary state during the nomination process. What I'm getting at, folks, is it's just very rare to get a coronation. Even if Trump does eventually become the GOP nominee, he's going to probably sweat at least a little bit during the primary season. Indeed, Trump's MAGA base might be a touch smaller than you might imagine. Somewhere just north of only about a third of the party is going to stick with Trump no matter what. That's his base, and we've seen that in the polls this entire primary season, but there's another quarter of the party that isn't going to back Trump no matter what at this point. You combine that 25% with the 37% of the primary voters who are persuadable. These folks are open to supporting Trump, but haven't decided just yet, and you have a formula to beat him. That's a majority of the party who just isn't totally in love with the former president. Uniting these two factions behind a single candidate won't be easy, because the fact of the matter is the persuadables like Trump, while those not open to him, simply put, don't. But there are some similarities between the two groups. While 57% of the MAGA base calls themselves very conservative, persuadables and those not open to Trump are far less likely to consider themselves to be very conservative. Indeed, of the people who answered this survey question, 34% of the MAGA base said they made under $50,000 a year, while the other two groups are far more likely to be better off financially. This suggests that if Trump is going to lose, probably the best place to start may be New Hampshire, the Granite State, which is the most moderate and the wealthiest of the early primary states. Now, it's not going to be easy, but I've learned something valuable during the Trump era. Never say never.